Yeah.
I took all of it.
You're playing guitar so loud.
I know.
Now the juice
Whoa!
is gone.
Are you ready?
Drunk.
Yeah, go!
1, 2, 3, 4.
Everybody, welcome
Welcome everyone to the
the
show.
second
Welcome
season.
everybody to the show.
Whatever, let's get set up before we start yelling that shit.
The second season of Alcoholics Anonymous.
How's that camera look, Brian?
It looks pretty good.
All right. Hey, welcome to season 2 of
Season
McCrackenatMidnight.
2 of McCrackenatMidnight.
Yeah.
I just want to start by saying how many shows survived their second season?
How
Or
many
survived their
sho-
first season into a second?
Many shows. However, probably not as many as don't, because usually there's mid-season replacements, and there's preseason tryout things, and there's all that stuff.
And the off season,
The
and
off
spring
season,
training.
yeah, spring training.
My
All that
point is, we have great ratings. You know when we're always saying we only have 4 people watching, and we only have 6 people watching. What we're actually saying is X number, 100,000.
Yeah, it's actually
So,
4 billion.
Right now we have, it says 4 current viewers. That's 400,000 unwanted pregnancies. Yes, 400,000 viewers. So that means when you watch on Ustream on the title pages, they have baby panda cam and shit, and it has hundreds of thousands of views. That's billions of current views.
that's 100 billion people
Yeah,
are watching.
every single person on the planet is watching that baby panda at that moment. That's how it works.
It's crazy.
We're still building up. We totally shifted studios.
What the hell's going on?
We actually walked up the street to a sound stage to
record, to play that, and now we're back.
and now we're back at the Monkey Palace. So yeah. You know what we can say, Sam?
What?
Our show lasted longer than Firefly.
Yeah! Suck it, Firefly!
Fuck you, Joss Whedon.
So anyway, we got an awesome, even awesomer. Look at this shit.
More of a show.
More of a show
It's
planned.
all crammed into the bottom quarter. of
That's
our
season
lives.
2. That's episode 1 right there. Also, I just want to show everyone my sexy bug that I drew. It's actually really sexy.
We're thinking of doing some live drawing tonight.
Yeah, probably gonna do some live drawing.
Maybe with some studio audience input.
Yeah. But I think first we should open with a segment that also has to do with art. That let's get at the beginning, just in case it goes over an allotted amount of time that isn't actually allotted. We're gonna welcome Mark Tang onto the show to do his awesome segment, Tang Spew. Mark, it's right there. Mark, right there on the floor.
Oh, wait.
Tang Spew,
Julio.
where he spews about art. Come on in.
Yay! Let me treat you guys. Alright, first I want to talk about this cup. This is a sweet cup. It's very zen looking.
That is a sweet cup.
Yeah, it's got wine, so
I can smell it. It smells like wine.
Our artists drink wine.
Or is that the
man.
cup that smells like that?
Beer is too kitsch. Wine's avant-garde.
Is beer kitsch? Yeah.
It's German, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah. So, what I want to spew about, is
Spew all over me, man. Right now.
It's this notion of artists as leaders, and I've been reading this on a few blogs, and I can't really remember what blogs they are, but my parents recently gave me a book called How to Make It in the Art World, and I read the introduction of the book, and there's this long thing about artists as leaders, which I feel like this notion has been explored in just blogs and this book and just contemporary pop culture. This idea of the changing role of the artist from the artist as someone who locks himself in the studio and makes work separate from society to the artist as the leader of the people, especially in these troubled times where more commonsensical leaders coming from the common sense idea of political science or economics or law, have just
Law.
brought law.
What the hell
It's
is
just
that?
kind
I
of
don't even know what
brought
that is.
chaos and depravity and poor starving African children to this world.
That's what law does to
And
people.
yeah, and we need new leaders. We need leaders who can think outside the box. We need artists as leaders. Who came up with this idea? And this is fucking stupid. We're artists. We can't tie our shoes. Why are we meant to be leaders?
Imagine if me and Sam and Mark Tang, if three of us sitting right here were CEOs, or imagine if we were all three of us in Congress. Even just the three of us alone would be enough to tear down the fucking.
I'd build water parks. I'd build water parks everywhere. I'd literally spend the entire national budget on water
I
parks.
bet water slide transportation would be way efficient.
Yeah,
I mean,
water slide transportation. Also, strip clubs just everywhere. Water slides and strip clubs.
Water slides
That's all we
going to
need.
strip clubs.
Water parks with strip clubs in them. I'm picturing just strippers.
Starts my campaign right there.
Strippers going down water slides.
Oh my god, that's a great time.
Sounds disgusting, actually.
So sorry, Tang. Yeah.
Go on.
We agree with you.
Yes.
So
it's a weird idea. Like, let's just put it that way. It might not be a great idea, but it's a weird idea. And right now I'm not really questioning the impetus of the idea. I mean, like, why would someone want an artist to be a leader? Like, let's just assume that's cool. Like, how can artists be leaders? That's the question I'm really interested in. How can artists be leaders? And I'm gonna explore that through a bunch of different things I've written down here.
Yeah.
It doesn't really make sense to me. I hope it makes sense to you. But let's examine this idea historically. Like, the historic idea of an artist as a leader, I usually think of Lady Liberty leading the people, which was during some big uprising in France, and Eugene Delacroix drew this picture of this topless chick, like, carrying the French flag, going like, "Fuck yeah!" You know? And there's, like, all these soldiers behind her going, "Fuck yeah!"
But in French.
Extreme.
But in French, yeah, exactly. And
Extreme.
Extreme! And you guys might know it as Viva La Vida, because Coldplay basically took the image and made it their album cover for Viva La Vida. So if you can't think of Lady Liberty leading people, think of Viva La Vida. It's the exact same image. And that was one case where the artists really inspired a movement to go forward and say fuck you to the system of establishment that was, you know? And, you know, you go forward in history, and unfortunately most of my understanding of this is French. Thank you, Professor Nuit Benai from SMFA. You have, like, polluted my mind forever. But, you know, most of my understanding of the, you know...
In a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. But most of my understanding of the avant-garde in the 19th, 20th century is through this French lens. And in 1968, there was one of the biggest strikes in history, and artists were very much at the forefront of that as well. Like, they turned a bunch of students in the art school into this huge work factory, basically, churning out poster after poster after poster of propaganda, you know, and they considered themselves workers, not so much leaders, but definitely those images were there, you know, in the front lines, pushing people forward, you know, inspiring people to protest, inspiring people to just, like, quit their jobs and stay at home, you know?
Well, here's what I'm saying, I think, and pardon me if I'm getting ahead of you or anything.
Go for it, yeah.
I think your idea... I think what the idea of what a leader is, I think, is what is giving you trouble with this idea at this point. You know, what's his name, who painted Viva La Vida Lady?
Yeah.
Was not a leader, per se, in the way that, okay, there was a revolution going on in France.
Yeah.
He wasn't, you know, a general of the revolting army.
Right.
He was sitting on his ass painting.
Yeah.
You know, but that I think the idea, not a leader as in a leader with real power, but a leader as in just someone on the cusp and a catalyst of change.
And that in itself is one of the problems of it, because, like, the outside popularity, you know, these guys in 1968 France, you know, they didn't consider themselves leaders. They considered themselves workers, you know. They were in solidarity to the factory workers. They were like, you know, we're not these bourgeois upper-class people that pretend to be better than anyone else. No, they're right there in the front lines, and they didn't consider themselves any better than the protesters at the protests, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, in that sense, you know, in order to really consider this issue, the definition of the leader really needs to be questioned, you know? Unfortunately, I don't think an artist should go into politics per se. I mean, we're trained in art. We're not trained in political science, you know? We're not necessarily equipped to be the next Barack Obama.
Well, but see, the problem with that right there is
Yeah.
the fact that now you're separating the ability of the artist to become a leader
Yeah.
from those that are trained to be leaders, which is why the artist would want to become the leader in the first place.
But I think with the artist training, you've got a notion of a leader that is completely different than the traditional notion of a leader. You know what I mean?
Right, but I'm saying what I'm
Yeah.
saying is isn't the sort of main point of this idea or argument
Yeah.
that the artist could still be the leader even though they don't have that formal the formal training is what is
Well,
keeping the artist
Well,
from
I
being
think-
the leader.
if an artist is to become a leader, an artist does not become a leader in the same way a president's a leader or the same way a king's a leader. You know what I
Right.
mean? The artist becomes a leader in a different way, and I think the sentiment that we can all agree on, is the artist's role as a leader is really as a provocateur. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Someone who pokes society, like pushes the right buttons that just motivates you to get off your ass and do something about it. You know what I mean? And like you can say Shepard Fairey's Hope,
Mhm.
pieces really inspire people to vote for Barack Obama, which I don't think, in retrospect, doesn't seem like that big a deal, but it kind of was back in 2008.
Yeah.
You know?
And it worked, too.
Yeah. But I want to examine two ideas about art in general, which really relates to this leader idea, because so far all the examples I've given, right, have been, the message of the art has been very clear. It's fuck yeah, fuck the system, we're gonna go forward, and these are ideas, you know what I mean?
Fuck something anyway.
Yeah,
Fuck this,
yeah.
fuck that.
Fuck that,
Just
but
fuck.
yeah,
Just
exactly.
fuck anything. Just
but
fuck.
in replacement, here is this idea that we are gonna cement in your mind, and we are gonna go forward and push it.
It's been propaganda.
And-
It's
yeah.
been liberal propaganda.
Yeah, exactly.
all along.
Exactly. We're creating propaganda. And I don't think art is that simple, you know what I mean? And on the flip side, you've got, the avant-garde and the postmodern art today, which really is all about making people think,
Mhm.
And Clement Greenberg, who was a big art critic back in the early 20th century, he was talking about, he was one of the main reasons why Jackson Pollock got famous, And
Right.
his idea was that art is something that makes people think, and even painting, talking about the limitations of painting, would be something that made people think, and if people were thinking, they'd become better people, because thinking people are better people than people who weren't thinking.
Whoa.
Right.
That was
Right.
that's what he said. I don't necessarily agree with that, but
That's
Well,
fucked
you know
up.
what? This person right here, Ustreamer06563, 069563, excuse me,
Right.
brings up an interesting point. Is that
Yeah.
you?
No, I like that.
Brings up his interesting point that it's a way to communicate, which is also an important part of being a leader, is the ability to communicate
Yeah.
ideas and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah.
Right. But, and it really leads me to today. I mean, like, with the environmental movement, and I've seen a lot of environmental art. I did an internship for a friend who I helped him set up a site, promoting environmental art. And the problem with that is, like, straight up communicating an idea is not really what art's about. Art's about suggestion, you know what I mean? Like, it's not necessarily, what I think is good art. I don't think good art is saying, fight against climate change now, save power, or Mark, what's that say in his shirt? What's your shirt say, Mark?
Power vote.
It says Mark's an idiot.
Yeah.
No,
Power
it says
vote.
power vote.
Yeah, it says power vote, and it's got a picture of someone like holding up a windmill, and it's like,
It's actually a fist in a windmill.
yeah, it's a fist and a windmill,
And jamming it in someone else's
but
ass.
art is not about jamming your opinion into somebody else's
Hey, Mark.
ass.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sharing their opinions and
Yeah.
So basically, what we're saying
Inside Out.
is that this is our
No,
our roommate's T-shirt,
Yeah.
and it's stupid.
But,
No.
Sign the pledge.
But herein lies the
Actually, it smells like Mark. Get it the fuck out of here.
but herein lies the duality of art. There's a certain impetus
It
in
smells
like
like change is what it smells
Yeah.
like.
there's a certain impetus in making people think. There's a certain, and in order to make people think, you can't connect all the dots for people. You have to present a few dots and be like, what do you think? You know what I mean? And the problem about that is it becomes a very eclectic thing, Then the people interested in think about it become these like bourgeois/art school nerds like me, who want to think about this shit. And all of a sudden you get this split between what?
I just want to say this is the point at which I give up on art.
Yeah.
Is right here.
Right. The
Yeah.
thinking, the split. Yeah.
When I say, yeah, this doesn't work, and that's where I gave up, was at this point in the thinking. So you can continue. It probably goes further than
Yeah,
that,
but-
I lost interest at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Like, people lose interest because it becomes this elitist thing where it's like, oh, you don't get it, it's too conceptual for you, oh, blah, 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 you know what I mean? And it becomes like coffee, you know what I mean? Like, people who love drinking
I
coffee,
love coffee.
you know, will be like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this coffee's better than the coffee over there, you know? But people who don't drink coffee, it's like, why should I give a fuck about coffee, you know?
That's true.
And it's like, we need to make the coffee, like, you know, that really sweet stuff that they sell in Starbucks that anyone can like, even if they don't drink coffee, but at the same time, coffee drinkers can like at the same time. Which sounds like this weird compromise where it's like, oh, if you get art and you can think about art, like, you'd appreciate that, but at the same time, if you don't get art, there's something for you.
So really, we need to make coffee that is good enough for everybody.
But that just sounds like an asshole thing to do.
No, but it's true.
Um,
Mark Tank, thank you very much for being on the show. That was a good 15 minutes of spew. Any final comments?
We're
Final
not
comments.
talking about artists as leaders
That's my
anymore
final comment.
at all, I don't think.
Yeah.
But whatever, who cares? If it were had a conclusion, it would not be Tang's view.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So we're gonna play this short video now while I run to pee.
Yay!
If we combine one gummy bear, which is composed mostly of sucrose, with molten potassium chlorate, a violent reaction occurs. A surprising amount of energy is released by the reactants, and in the process, their atoms and molecules rapidly rearrange to form the products carbon dioxide, water, and potassium chloride. The reaction is said to be product favored.
Prince had more bitches
Alright,
than
I don't know
Prince.
why the hell Sam thought that he could pee that fucking fast.
Yeah, like,
Shut the fuck up.
shut the
Um,
fuck up.
I don't know why Sam thought he could pee that fast. It's crazy. There's not a chance that he could do that. Yeah, that video's super short. He'd have to if he was going to pee in the corner of the basement, he probably could have made it. But yeah, cool video though, right? I want to know, I think if my understanding is correctly, the gummy bear is 100% eviscerated by the end of that, right?
Yeah.
The
Well, you
gummy
can
bear
see it fly
turns-
out at part of it, and it is all black and it pops out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I missed
That's
that.
what she said.
Yeah. How was your pee, Sam?
It was actually pretty good. I had a lot of trouble at the beginning whipping it out because I was rushing and I was
You were
I was struggling a little
You were
bit.
trying too hard.
I was trying too hard, but then I got it out, and then I was peeing, and then I stopped peeing, and then I washed my hands and I came back. It was actually pretty good. It was a good urination.
Regardless of the hustle at the beginning.
Yeah, it actually made it more relieving because it was there was a moment of panic where I kind of already let go of my muscles.
Oh man,
And I was like, ah!
were you gonna piss yourself?
But it was okay. It all turned out
What would
okay.
happen if you pissed yourself during an episode of McCrackenatMidnight? at Midnight?
I'd probably laugh a lot.
Would you have to? When we do a next episode, could you show your face on Ustream again?
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
You'd be
I'd
the
show.
shame of the Ustream.
I'm okay with it. Hey, let's move on to movies
Let
and
go of my fucking hand.
let's move on to movies and TV. And for this segment, I think we should bring on Amari because he always has just amazing things to
And because
say
he won't fucking shut
about
up
everything.
over
Come here,
there.
Amari. Amari is from. Amari, shut up. Amari was the guest star on one of our more weird episodes.
One that was unfortunately.
Woo, the leg.
No, Amari, our last episode with you was lost to time. Can you describe what happened on it? Do you remember?
I was kind of a little tipsy that time.
Yep.
I don't think I remember that part.
Well, we were in the animation room because we couldn't get into our studio. This is while we were still doing it from school. We had a video of whales projected behind us.
Yeah.
And I think the interview
I
ended.
think I was in bubble wrap.
It ended
Yeah.
with you and me wrapped
In
in
bubble
bubble
wrap.
wrap together singing.
And I'm just like
That
playing
is
the
such a-
ukulele, just like, what the fuck is going on?
It
was pretty good.
Unfortunately, that episode was destroyed.
Yeah, because that was another night of technical
It
difficulties.
imploded
fun.
upon itself.
Yeah.
Actually.
And Joe is in another room.
Yeah, and Joe was there too. Anyway, so we're going to talk about movies and TV. Let's talk real quick about Doctor Who, because it's back on and everybody loves that show.
I missed it the other night.
Don't worry, I have it.
You do?
Okay, we got Jordan. Don't tell me what
that
happened.
movie. I don't
That's
quite
a
know
TV
that
show. That's a Doctor Who is a TV show. Anyway, everyone should watch it. The first episode is really awesome. I'm pretty sure the second episode, which is Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, is even more awesome.
You can't go wrong with dinosaurs
Yeah.
in space.
But also, this person
Yes, you
actually,
can.
the reason we're going to this is because this person said, what do you think about Looper? So let's talk about Looper, because I actually mentioned that earlier today.
Yeah, we talked about
Wait,
Looper
yeah,
a
Maki.
couple weeks ago, and where I don't know fuck all about this.
Well,
Yeah,
Looper,
yeah,
agree.
it's a movie. It's Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and like he goes back in time. He ages. He ages. No, shush. No, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. He's from Batman.
Okay.
He ages into Bruce Willis, and then Bruce Willis comes back in time to kill
I
Joseph
wanna see
Gordon-Levitt,
that
who is
movie.
his younger self. But this movie, it looks like a cheesy, one-off sci-fi time travel flick. But it's been getting a lot of super awesome things on the internet and stuff like that.
In general, the main actor,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon, whoever his name is.
Yeah, him.
He's a pretty good actor, but they really want to see.
Bruce Willis.
I'm sorry. Yeah, they really want to see Bruce Willis fight because his fighting is awesome.
Well,
in general.
that's true, but
his acting is phenomenal in
Wait,
everything that he does.
Who's they in this sentence?
Bruce wants to see himself fight?
No, Bruce. A lot of
Springsteen?
people want to see Bruce Willis
Oh,
in the
they-
movie
they
because
exist everybody.
the viewers want to
Yeah.
see Bruce Willis.
Bruce Gordon-Levitt.
Bruce Gordon Will Levitt.
It's actually
I
the
really want to
character's,
see that
the
movie.
character's name.
Anyway,
Yeah.
this movie's
But
gonna be.
the topic sounds really stupid.
No, it sounds awesome.
The topic
No,
sounds-
listen.
No, the movie sounds really dumb.
Why does it sound dumb?
Because it's just stupid.
Well, the reason it's supposed to. Everyone's saying it's going to be so great, which is a reason. Brian and I talked about this at length.
I
It's
love it.
because listen. It's because the time travel is supposed to be so intense and awesome.
Yeah, here's the thing about time travel movies in general. Nothing matters as long as the time travel theory is cool. You can have a really just shitty acting and it can be oh man, he came back in time to toast marshmallows. But as long as it has good cool time
graphics.
No.
As long as the explosions look good. No. He's toasting the marshmallows and Bruce Willis is in slow motion jumping away from the exploding marshmallow.
Just like Power Rangers.
As long as
the
as long as the time travel is cool in it, it's totally I'm totally
It's going to be
into it,
awesome.
so.
Okay.
Therefore, yes, Looper. We're really looking forward to it.
I am.
It's
I'm
gonna be
definitely
great.
looking forward to it because I've seen the trailers and
Yeah.
I absolutely like them.
Yeah.
They are really good.
Pacific Rim. Yeah, that's another movie I think that we should all really be excited about because it's Guillermo del Toro directing a movie with Ron Perlman and Idris Elba, and it's giant robots that come up out of the ocean.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Wait, how have I not heard about this?
I've not seen that.
I've told you about
I have
this.
not seen that.
I'm
Actually.
super excited for
No
it.
one's
Look
seen
at
it. It's not out
Go-
yet.
Google
No, I'm
it.
talking about the trailer. I have not.
I haven't seen
it.
the trailer yet either, but it looks really good. Google it. There's a picture of Idris Elba in his suit. It sounds really freaking awesome.
Is Ron Perlman one of the giant robots?
No. I'm assuming he's going to be either the villain or one of the suit people for the giant. It's like Gundam, but
Amari,
Guillermo del Toro and
what do you-
the robots are even better.
I
How do you
heard-
feel about Gundam?
what do you feel about
Gundam fucking sucks. I hate it.
Why?
I just don't like Gundam. It's like
We were talking about you and Gundam earlier, actually. I'm not even kidding.
I said you get excited when you talk about robots.
I don't even like robots.
Wait, really? I want you to break down all the problems you have with Gundam. Like, really get psychological
It's
about
boring.
it. Like,
It has guns.
It sucks.
It sucks.
Oh.
That's the main three.
Wait, it sucks because it sucks.
Yeah,
Okay.
Brian.
You know what? If they make Gundam as a movie, I'd probably go see that because of the graphics. Just because of the graphics. That's all.
Okay.
All right, Amari, thanks for being on the show.
No. I want one more movie.
Okay.
And because y'all have not asked any movies that I wanted to see.
Okay.
Well, what do you want to see?
Whatever movie you
What do
want.
you want to see?
It's this new it's this new movie called Taken that's coming out now.
2.
And no, it's 3 actually.
Taken came out like 2 years ago.
No. Have you not seen the trailer for the new one? You all are lying. You're all the big meanies. How about that? No. Let me finish telling you about the movie.
No.
Do you mean?
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry,
Go ahead.
The
Go ahead.
Taken. Like the. Yeah, Taken.
Okay. Taken 2.
Taken 2. That's
Okay.
the new movie.
Do you mean
that's coming out.
Tekken? Tekken?
No, not
No.
Tekken. It's Taken 2.
Taken 2.
It's a really good movie. I forgot who were at.
Well, is it the same guy who
Liam
was in
Neeson.
Taken 1?
Yeah.
Is it Liam
Oh,
Neeson?
that
this
that
time
movie.
his-
This
Time his wife get killed
Got
and he spits out that perfect line.
Wait, is this the
I'm
one with the
gonna tell you-
wolves? Is this the one where he's fighting the
No,
wolves?
that movie was
Oh.
really good. You should really go and see that one. That movie was shot well. But
Is
anyway,
this the one where he's Zeus?
no.
Sam.
Go on.
You are going off the topic.
So
This
his
is
wife
the
gets
one-
killed. He said it's the same.
No, his wife does not get killed. His wife get kidnapped, which is the girl from X-Men, the Phoenix.
Famke Johnson.
Her name is so ugly. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. But it's the girl from the Phoenix, which, by the way, they picked the perfect part for her. But she get taken by the people that he killed in the last movie, and I'm really by his father. You know what?
So he's like
No.
I haven't seen the first one.
No,
so.
this is.
You have to see his first
This is
one. It's
actually
really, really good.
I'm digging this because I didn't even know that there was a sequel to that. And I love anything with Liam Neeson all over because he just cracks me up.
Like, he is like he spits out that one line that I absolutely love.
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you this. Your mother's about to be taken. So I want you to go under the bed and do something else. I can't really remember it right now because
I want to see the movie now. I haven't even seen the first one, and I want
just
to see
watch the trailer. Taken 2.
Everybody,
It's really awesome.
watch the trailer
Watch
for
it.
Taken 2. Check out
If you don't watch it,
check out Pacific Rim. Check out that other movie we were talking about, which was what? Looper. And-
Looper is a really. I'm looking forward to Looper actually.
Yeah.
No, I really.
All right, thanks Amari for being on
Thank
the
you
show.
all.
You
I really
were
appreciate it.
insane and chaotic.
So check it out. Check it out, guys. I found some Chinese food under the table.
Oh, awesome! Some sweet Chinese food. You should just eat that. Just put it in your mouth and eat it. Oh, I don't know. Even know how old that is. I don't even know how. Anyway, so have you heard about 7 Psychopaths? No.
No.
Yes.
Hey, Chris O'Grady's heard about 7 Psychopaths. Why don't you
That
come on
means
the
he's
show?
our next guest.
Hey, Chris
Come sit
O'Grady,
down.
everybody! Yeah.
How's everybody doing?
Everyone's doing
Pretty
great.
good.
All right.
Hey,
Okay.
so since the last time you were on the show, what's happened?
Well, this movie called 7 Psychopaths was announced,
Yeah.
Okay.
and dude, I can't believe you heard of it. I can't
haven't
believe
heard
you
about
haven't heard
it,
about
man.
this. Tom Waits is in it.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, he's a
All
psychopath.
over it.
Yeah, I know, right? Check it out.
So he's one of 7 psychopaths.
Apparently, I don't know anything else about it, but it's gonna be awesome.
Maybe he's the only sane one.
Probably not. No, look. All right, look. I want to get real with you for a second. Mark Tang was talking about something, and I want to provide a little bit of a response to that. That the idea about the coffee and how people. Mark Tang, you were talking about how like there's some sorts of people that like coffee and they're coffee aficionados, and then there's some sorts of people that are just bullshit, and you need to provide sweet like fucking Starbucks coffee
Wait.
for them. And there's
Can I add a third thing
Well-
there? Because I don't even like that stuff.
all right, okay.
And
that's
I do
fine.
like that stuff. What are you saying about me and my wussy coffee?
that you're a bullshit human being.
Fuck you.
No, but anyway.
Brian is bullshit.
But no. But Plato talked about this a long time ago.
You talking about coffee?
Well, no, it was wine. Well, okay, it was wine and little boys. The analogy that he made, it was about philosophy, and that if you like philosophy, you like all types of philosophy. If you like wine, you don't just like one kind of wine. You like all kinds of wine. You
That's
know.
right.
And if you like little boys, you like all sorts of little boys. And this is the actual fucking analogy that he gave. Never forget that the Greeks were fucked up.
I have never liked anything Plato has ever said, and that just nails it down.
Well, you're an unfortunate.
Anyway.
You are a bullshit human being.
Plato's a bullshit human being.
Nah, dude. Plato's.
Hey, Brian,
You are Plato.
enjoy the shadows.
I do.
So, Chris, what else has been going on in your life since you were last on the show? Can you think of one big thing that's been happening frequently?
Well, okay, so I've been following this show pretty extensively since your last episode, since the season finale of the first season. Absolutely.
Since half an hour ago.
Impressive. Wonderful show. It's a shame that it's been lost to posterity.
Are we gonna have to feed your lines to you?
Yeah, are we gonna
What?
Tell you to talk about the fucking squid fighter?
Yeah.
Look, I just have to respond to something.
Hey, Chris, what can you tell us about the squid fighter and where it's at?
I can't do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, okay, fine. You want to hear about the fucking Squid Fighter?
Yeah.
It's, yeah, there's this magazine. It's called The Squid Fighter.
It's awesome.
Me and Phil Mitchell over there, who you can't see because he's directly behind
He was
you.
our drummer for our house band tonight.
He was the drummer of Jackson Crow. No, he was the lead singer of Jackson Crow. And an important thing to note about this is that I had this interesting one of my junkie friends from Tennessee actually told me about this, that it was in a conversation about perception and blindness. And the concept of blindness, I find it really interesting. I don't know if anybody else finds it really interesting, but what does it mean to not see? Like, do you just see black? Well, no, that's not quite it. You just don't see. And what would it be like to not see? And I have an experiment for you. Everybody who's watching right now, how many people are watching right now? 4? Okay, so the 4 of you.
And all of you here in the studio audience.
I'm blind from alcohol.
Okay, no, fuck everybody in the studio audience. The 4 of you who are watching right now, I want you to, from what you can see right now, what I'm doing and what the people hear, Phil Mitchell is directly behind the camera. What does he look like? Your perception of him as if he is right behind you, which he is, of course, he's right behind you. What does he look like? That's what blindness is. It's simply not seeing rather than seeing black. And that's what the Squid Fighter is, since it doesn't exist at the moment. Well, it does exist, but you can't see it. And
He does not have a hat. You're incorrect.
See?
So anyway, the Squid Fighter.
There's
Been one issue. The second issue is coming out. In progress. It's going to come out sometime soon.
Mark Tang spewed and designed the cover. And
oh,
it's
he
great.
did. No, it's psychosexual.
Yeah, psychosexual. 7 psychosexual.
Yeah. It's going to be really awesome. The Squid Fighter.
But what the fuck is it? We keep talking about it. We don't even know.
Oh,
what it
it's
is.
a zine.
It's a zine with all
It's
kinds of cool stuff.
All kinds of cool stuff. The first issue of it, if you don't have it, I'm sorry, but it'll be online eventually.
Out of print.
And
well,
what we're gonna do? I don't know if anyone told you about this yet. When we start releasing DVDs of McCracken at Midnight,
Yes.
fuck no.
No.
VHSs.
VHSs.
Hand-printed VHS tapes of McCracken at Midnight with handmade covers.
Yep.
And issues of the Squid Fighter tucked in.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Issues of
what's
Squid
gonna
Fighter and a lot of other stuff
Damn right
too.
You're gonna buy a VCR.
Yeah, you got to
Yeah.
buy a VCR to watch this. And this is actually part of the Squid Fighter is kind of sort of underneath this larger
Umbrella.
conglomeration.
It's an umbrella.
Umbrella of the Big Water.
Arts and Music Foundation.
Arts and Music Foundation.
Or
BAMF.
Or BAMF. And this VHS with the Squid Fighter in it, me and Brian were talking about it, and the name Big Water Box came up. So it's this box, the VHS, plus the Squid Fighter zine, plus like a bunch of other stuff that anybody wants to put in there of their own.
It's kind of like the Tellus publication from the early '60s. That you get a subscription, But instead of like to a magazine, it was to this box of crap that they'd send you, and there'd be like records in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
And
record company too.
Printed out art and
Or
all
making
this,
records.
all this cool stuff.
Yeah. It's like a press kit almost. It's kind
Yeah.
of like a press kit, but
It's
it's
like a
But
press
not
kit
normal
for big
and
one.
you buy it
Not like
sometimes.
And that's what we're doing.
But can I respond to the question? Do you guys care about beating up animals?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah. What
yes.
animals would
What's
you
the
be?
largest animal
Well,
you can
I mean,
punch
this
out?
has been messing me up because large animals aren't necessarily tough animals.
True.
A member of the studio audience mentioned a pit bull, and I could not take a pit bull. A pit bull would mess me up.
And they're not that big.
Yeah, no, pit bulls are
Jack
they're,
Russell.
they're just small, muscular little balls of energy that if they turn deadly, turn very deadly. But I am 100% confident that I could kick the shit out of the band Fun. And I have frequent unhealthy fantasies about this. I know how it would go down, and I could do it. And it would be enjoyable.
I don't even know the band Fun.
You know,
Yeah.
like...
Oh, remember that song where we were driving
We
through
are young.
Blackout Boston and that song came on and it
Yeah.
was like,
We
oh!
are
Yeah,
young.
no,
that
the
one.
song
Oh, this
about,
song?
about
Okay.
abusing your girlfriend
Let me
and,
tell
like,
you-
being
yeah.
a little fucking prick.
Yeah,
Let me
that
tell you
one.
about this song. Here's the problem with that song: is the intro comes on the radio, and I'm like, "What's this song? This song's kind of cool." And then it's like that weird little finger picky intro. I'm like, "This isn't that bad." And then the chorus comes in. I'm like, "Oh fuck! What did I do?"
It's just terrible. It's just, oh yeah, it was
Okay.
the worst moment ever.
Yeah, that was really. I'm glad you were there. Like, I'm glad I wasn't the only person who made that mistake.
Yeah.
Like, I figured if I'm going down, I drag you with me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the idea I have with this show. That's the idea I have with our apartment. If we're like, let's say our apartment, our building is burning down, Sam, and I'm like trapped under shit, and there's no way you can get me out.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna grab you by the ankle, and you're just gonna fucking burn.
I'm
me.
gonna bite your arm off and escape and jump out the window. But
Okay.
okay, I'm gonna
Sam
take my
would do
computer and jump out the window.
Okay.
Anyway, Chris O'Grady, thanks very much for being on the show. We're sure to see you again soon. Now,
Album coming out.
we're just kind of bringing on the guests now. So our next guest is wearing a lot of orange.
Yeah.
And, no, not quite. Is wearing a lot of orange and was kind of a dick last time they were on the show. So we'd like to welcome back Traffic Cone.
No.
Yeah.
All right.
Traffic
Jeff,
cone.
I get it.
Is he related to Clint Eastwood's chair?
No.
That's a great question. He's got a bad attitude.
Respond.
Yeah. You relate to Clint Eastwood's chair?
That's
Guys,
hilarious.
I can't
I
hear him.
can't
Come
hear
on,
the
guys.
cone. Just
Come on,
he's
I can't
nervous
hear him.
around people.
You gotta give him some space.
You dick! That's hilarious.
I get that.
That's what we said, and then you yelled at us.
Yeah.
Well, you're too far away. You couldn't. He was too loud. You couldn't hear him.
You didn't wait long enough. You guys are not interviewers for a reason. There's
Oh,
a reason that we have a web show and you guys don't.
So Brian, I remember you were telling me a story like 2 days ago about how you were
Right about that.
you were in Cambridge with the traffic cone. Can you tell me that story again?
Yeah, I was in Cambridge with the traffic cone. Well, I wasn't up there with them. I was actually up there. I had to go up to the Cambridge police for reasons I don't even want to get into. The Boston Police Department sometimes will trying to transfer you to another department on the phone line will accidentally transfer you to the Cambridge Police. It's fucked up. But anyway, I'm up in Cambridge. I'm walking home, and I've just been in a government office, so I'm really pissed off. And I look over, and the traffic cone's there. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing up here? And he sat there and didn't say anything because there's a fucking traffic coming.
Yeah. I get it.
Thanks for being on the show, Traffic Cone. That was really good. All right, so now we'd really like to welcome Phil Mitchell onto
Our
the show.
actual orange
Our
guest.
actual orange guest. He's a pretty cool
Try to
dude.
follow that.
He's gonna sit down right now. Yes.
So Phil, let's talk about your outfit first of all. You're wearing all orange.
Yeah.
Aside from your hat,
No.
that's kind of beige-ish. But
Beige.
seriously, when we were in a band together. For those of you who don't know, we were in a band called Jackson Crow.
I wasn't in this.
Some time back.
He
Sam wasn't in
wasn't.
it. Fuck him. But we were in a band called Jackson Crow, and I used to sometimes wear an orange suit on stage.
Yup. It was
So
great.
what I just have to, it's not really even a question, it's more just a statement, and it's how fucking dare you rip off my orange suit.
That didn't
You
even.
bastard!
I didn't even remember that orange suit until you just
Seriously?
brought it up. Well, no, I know it,
I
but
still
I
wear
mean,
it, man. Okay, whatever. Fine, have it your way. So
let's
if
get some juicy.
if that wasn't the inspiration, what was the inspiration for the orange suit?
Well, the season's changing, and I wanted to do something really fall, and I had all the orange is my favorite color, and I had all this orange in my closet, so I said, why the hell not?
Yeah.
Okay, good one.
That's good.
So what were you gonna say that was really juicy?
No, I just said let's get some juicy words down.
Okay, hey, so
Well,
what?
okay. So what are some synonyms for juicy then?
That is not a synonym for juicy.
Double mint gum.
Double. Okay.
It's not
Do you
quite
mean-
a synonym,
Do you mean juicy fruit?
but it's
gum?
something that is described by what's the? Is that relation have a name?
No. What?
If
A
statement,
A homonym? No, that sounds the same. I don't remember.
whatever. Okay, Sam. What
Succulent.
Succulent.
That was a good
that's
one.
A good one. Oozing.
Ew.
It's a different kind of juicy.
Simile. Thank you. Simile.
Simile.
So anyway, okay. So what animal? What's the biggest animal you would punch out?
An Australian Shepherd by far.
Yeah.
Australian Shepherd.
So this is like a dude that has a cane and he's shepherding.
No,
Sheep around.
no, it's a canine.
Oh yeah.
They're the ones with no tails, right?
Yes. My brother has a bearded dragon.
Oh cool.
I'd punch that thing out.
Okay, what's the biggest that you would punch out though? It's the Australian Shepherd.
Bigger. Maybe like some kind of pack mule.
Pack mule.
Yeah.
Like a burrow.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's not like a beast of burden, like an oxen. I'd punch the shit out of that.
A cart horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's a good call because here's the thing. I feel like they're a big target. They got a low center. I don't know. Just something about it. It seems like it
Low
would.
center of gravity is not
No,
good
that's
for
not right.
punching out.
Yeah, you're right. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say it would take a lot of impact because I'm thinking a cheetah isn't that big, right?
No, if you
But
got a
like-
cheetah, you could just punch it right in the skull, and it
Yeah.
would just go down. Your fist is
But-
the size of its head.
But the thing is, it's like I feel like the shape of a cheetah, its body would take a lot of that shock, and if you punched like a donkey in the head, it would just like it would just the whole thing. It would just collapse.
I think you have that totally backwards.
Really?
You got to think about the impact on the brain. Okay, a cheetah, its head is like
donkey
that
doesn't have
big.
a fucking brain.
Okay,
man.
but then it'll stand up even more because it'll be like, nope, you can't hit it because it's too small.
Okay.
I can't feel that.
You punch a pumpkin or a squash, which one goes down first?
Pumpkin or a
Pumpkin.
squash? Oh, pumpkin. Pumpkins are hollow, man. They're just cracks.
Yeah,
True.
because squashes aren't. Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, to get some air in the middle. But,
So, Phil, what else?
I don't know.
Shut
I mean,
up, Sarah.
do we want to get serious here?
Yeah, let's get
Let's
serious.
get
Okay,
serious real
actually,
quick.
I do have
We're gonna bring it down for a
I
second.
do have a serious question. You know, Julian, how do you say Julian Assange? He's the WikiLeaks.
Julian Assange?
Yeah.
Assange.
Do you think is he a terrorist? Do you think he's a terrorist?
No, I don't think he's a terrorist at all. Because, I mean, if we're, like, I'm sure there are people that are frightened by him.
Hmm.
Yes, as people, I'm sure, are frightened of this show, and therefore are terrorists too. Maybe. No, he's not a terrorist because, A, he's not, like, striking fear into the hearts of people. He's not like, I'm going to destroy the world so that you're scared. And B, his intention isn't to do that. I mean, like, if we're really going to get down to it, we have to imagine, even if it's not, even if, like, in the public eye, it's not this, we have to imagine that the reason he's doing these things is because he wants to, the world to be honest. He wants the truth to be out there.
No,
He
I
doesn't
agree
want
with
it to
that.
I gotta say, it's one of my goals in life to be called by the government, by any government, a terrorist at some point.
Okay.
And the great thing is with the Chris, you're the guy. What was the act that was passed?
NDAA.
The NDAA. Thanks to the NDAA, since I've been to protests,
Oh, yeah.
I am a terrorist. And so are many of the people in this room who have been
Terrorist gathering in the
terrorist gathering at the Monkey Palace.
And there goes the stream, and we're red flag for it.
We are gonna get blacked out.
Yeah.
Let's start speaking another language and see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love Mr. Wikilinks, dude. I think he's doing awesome stuff. I think he should keep doing it. And I think he should carry the name terrorist like a flag if it's given to him by the current U.S. government. So
It's just funny. I've just seen so many things online where people are just saying, they're just getting so angry. But it's like, we pay for all these things. Like, it's coming out of our pocket to fuel all these things. And, like, how is, like, he's really just telling us, like, where our money's going.
It's true.
And, like, I just think it's really important, like, we kind of, discuss this and, talk about stuff.
yes.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Where would you like to see the government to do?
That's a big question.
That's
First, I'd like 100 ice cream sandwiches.
No. I mean, like, you can have like a 5 or 10 months, and like the first, maybe 5 or 10.
Okay.
However much time you have.
Well, I mean, even so, like, we got to keep this
what is,
super
like,
general.
The most
Yeah,
things,
no.
like you'd have do.
No,
With the government.
know.
I gotta say, personally, if I could have basically global society be structured any way I wanted, it would be pretty much like Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah, I was just going to say Road Warrior.
I would flourish in that environment, I think. That's not practical, though.
Can I?
Let me
restructure
give
the
the more
government.
serious one to 5.
I want to restructure the question just
Yeah,
slightly, like,
okay.
in an understandable and like
Yeah.
our government.
Yeah,
sort of way.
in what our government is now, how could
Basically,
we...
How could
like
you-
if you could like,
idealize
reorder the
it?
rules of what your version of our
Yeah. If I could
basic
just...
government would be, what would you have do? Outside of the fantastic.
Yeah, outside of the fantastic, I guess end trade embargo with Cuba doesn't really quite fall into that list. But if I could be making executive decisions, that would be very, very high on the list. Streamlining. When you start saying things like reducing funding for defense and military, people get very flustered. But the thing is, it's not about decreasing funding, it's about streamlining spending. Because the fact of the matter is, the military could be functioning as better than it is now with a lot less money if it had a tighter controls on their spending. That would be very, very high. And all that money would go into, everything would basically go into education and a lot of stuff into arts education, because basically at this point, what are we talking about? Artists as leaders?
Yeah.
There's a lot of work being done right now in the United States to hold on to industry, and the thing is, like, there's no fucking chance. We simply can't compete in that market, and we gotta move to a point where it's like we're not a producing nation, we're a designing and thinking nation. That's a resource that like will always be here, that can't really be outsourced. So that needs to be the direction that our economy's going. That's something people haven't quite realized yet. Sam, you take the rest of them.
Wow, that's a heck of a... I don't even know how... wow. Yeah, you go ahead and jump in.
Like I said before, I think it's really important that, like, when we're paying for things, we're literally, all of us here, out of taxes or what have you, and to be told, well, if you knew the truth, it would blow your mind, and it's for your own good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can handle that because I pay for it every day.
Mm.
So it's literally my right to know, and for you to say, well, your life as you know it would just fall apart. You can't say that because we all pay for it. So, we should all know, and I'd like to see a lot less money go to Israel.
Oh, hey, fuck, I missed one. Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'd like to see no money go to Israel.
No money go to Israel.
I'd like to see absolutely nothing go to
You know,
them.
we talk. So far, almost everything that has been said in these ways to correct the government has been about money and the economy, which is no doubt just because of what
We're
is going on
poor.
today. And the fact that we're poor. But I gotta say, literally, one of the things I would do would be to take some of that money and distribute it more towards research and development for community applicable things. So not just weapons development, but development that is the betterment for humanity. And with that, I know it sounds fantastical, but I would actually really want this to come to fruition. It's going to sound weird, but invent the replicator so that we can live in a moneyless society, like in Star Trek.
You're forgetting about the water slide stripper thing.
Oh fuck yeah!
Oh, also the
what
water.
Are you talking about?
Also, all the water slides.
Stripping water parks everywhere.
Yeah,
we're crazy.
Strippers
Fuck
with ice
all that
cream
other stuff,
sandwiches.
that's all I was looking
Going down water slides.
Strippers with ice cream sandwiches tucked in their G-strings.
All the money in the
Oh my
world is
God.
turned into ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah. Replicator to make all the ice cream
Replicator to
sandwiches.
make all the ice cream sandwiches.
No, but I really like that idea of like.
Phil, stop it.
No, go on.
Sorry, keep going.
No, just the idea of like what I remember one time we were having a conversation I know it was forever ago and you were way different back then, but you're like, oh if we just all bartered and you made necklaces and we traded our necklaces and our seashells and but
I was 15 when I said that.
No, but still, I really like the idea
I stand by those values. See, now I realize that if you were in a necklace and seashell based economy, it would quickly degrade to just people killing each other for gasoline, which I'm still pretty much essentially okay with.
What?
I see what you're saying.
No, yeah, I'm just interested in hearing different.
Yeah. The other thing that I've realized recently is that there was supposed to be this thing. Once apparently, Democrats support national government holding more power, and Republicans support states holding more power.
Yep.
Is that? Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
In 1860.
In
yes.
1860. Yes. No, I mean, obviously I knew about this, and the parties still stand by that, but it's complete shit. And now I was raised with my dad yelling at me, telling me I was supposed to be a Democrat. And the thing is, I've realized recently, I actually really fundamentally, fiscally support a lot more conservative ideas. Socially liberal, but the thing is, the idea, I don't like the federal government. I don't like any government. Make me a libertarian. Except they smell weird.
Wow.
Wow.
Hey, does the show come full circle or what? Libertarian, like Ron Swanson, my favorite character in Parks and Recreation, which Sam has been making me watch for hours and hours and hours and hours on end.
Because it's awesome. All right, Phil Mitchell, thanks very much for being on the show. We gotta move on. Yeah, Phil. Okay, we have I think two more, right? Two more guest stars. First is Tina. Tina, come on the show. Greg, don't worry about it. Tina Budnick, everyone, on the show. Tina was also one of our earlier guest stars when we were back in the studio at SMFA.
I have no idea what I talked about then.
I don't either.
Well,
that was when we touched our nipples together. That was.
Oh, yeah,
okay.
That was.
Want to touch our nipples together?
Yeah, that was electric nipples.
Okay, yeah, electric nipple time.
Over Tina.
I get shocked.
Okay.
Whoa! What was that?
You're a little wet, dude.
No, that was you.
Tina,
Quite dry.
Yeah.
first of all, I have your flower.
You what?
Your flower. Wait here. Sam.
So, Tina, what is the biggest animal you would pet? We gotta ask everyone. What's the biggest animal you would pet?
You know, I don't know, but I feel like if I could reach a giraffe's face, then I could definitely punch out a video.
Yeah, there you
I
Look
feel
at
like-
look at the screen. Look how tiny you are.
Oh no, I can't do it. Take a giraffe.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
a cat.
tell us tell us about your summer and what you did this summer.
Oh man, I was teaching animation to little children, and they were adorable.
Because animation's the best.
Woo!
Yeah. When this was at like a summer camp, right?
Yeah. Little plug for Charles River Creative Arts Program. They're a really cool place. It's kind of like SMFA except for children. So
That sounds like the worst idea ever. Because those children just shouldn't have that much sex or get naked that much.
Well, there's a cemetery across the street where they can do that, so
Oh
it
my.
all works out.
Oh dear. Okay.
That's where they sneak
Oh, I
out
thought
to.
you meant like a.
No, that's yours.
No, like
This is
flower.
mine?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yours.
Oh,
Yeah, there's
Flower.
a flower.
thank
Show everybody.
you.
Yeah.
How old is that flower?
It's fine.
It's
flower.
Like
It's not gonna go
last
It's not
forever.
gonna go bad or
summer
anything.
old.
It's kind of leaking a little bit.
That's alright.
You squeeze it,
Yeah.
it puffs.
Filling.
Good.
Make some muffins.
There's also your vase is sitting in the animation room.
I've seen it,
We
and
kept it from getting tossed for
know,
you.
I have a
Whoa,
weird.
we were just, did you see us? We were just freaking out.
We were?
Yeah, I think we lagged and then I was going
Yeah.
really fast.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever. It's cool.
Okay, go on.
Sorry.
No, I have this weird lazy tendency where like I'll see something that I need to do, and it's really simple. It could be just like moving one object from one other side of the room to the other, and I just won't do it just because I don't feel like it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the situation that vase is in, and this flower, and all the other stuff that I just left in the animation room.
We
that-
threw most of it away.
Yeah, that
We were
was-
like, this is Tina's, fuck it.
I
Yeah.
also cooked with. There was another half bag, and I totally cooked with all
I'm
that
glad.
stuff.
I didn't even realize that this is mine. So you can
Now you-
you can have it back.
Really?
Bake something with it.
I will.
Oh, dude, we totally will.
I totally will.
Tina, tell us
Yeah.
about your saxophoning.
My saxophoning. Well, okay, so it hasn't been going too well. I'm having my first lesson tomorrow, and I'm really excited about it. I kept my saxophone in the trunk of my car for like years, and so the heat and the cold is really bad for it, and I have no idea what condition it is in right now.
It's made of metal, right?
It's made
So
of
it's gotta
metal.
be pretty sturdy. I can't. The pads
Yeah,
probably
wood.
I don't know.
the pads probably get fucked up quicker than the.
Well, you know, I remember I had never played saxophone before, and then last year I played your saxophone, and I was like a whiz at it. I was like Bill Clinton on that thing.
Oh,
So I'm
yeah.
assuming it's in perfect condition. I'm assuming it's in good condition.
Okay, good. Yeah, I'm gonna next time I'm on the show, I'll bring it on.
Yeah, bring it on,
play
and
some
you
tunes.
can play it on the
Some
show.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I definitely know that tune.
You know, I think that fusion jazz is probably pretty easy to play because you're just kind of like going up and down, just doing whatever.
It's more about
Right,
making a
it's-
humping motion with it
Yeah,
than
I
it
could
is
do
about.
that.
less about the music and more about
Just don't
what
play
weird
any.
noises you
Don't
can
play
make.
anything as cool.
fusion jazz. Done.
Next time.
What is your favorite kind of sandwich?
Oh man, that's
Yeah.
easy.
Oh.
Buffalo chicken sandwich with blue cheese on top with lettuce and tomato. And if you don't have that, I like turkey, pickle, cheese, and cheddar sour cream chips
Wow.
in a sandwich. That's the best thing.
We should cook on the show. They're right.
I'll
Yes.
talk about that in a minute. I like mayonnaise sandwiches where you take two pieces of bread and you put mayonnaise on one piece, and then you put mayonnaise on the other piece too,
Holy crap!
and then you put them together, and you can kind of like roll them up and get the mayonnaise to squeeze out and then lick it off the end, like an ice cream sandwich but with mayonnaise.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll try that
It's my
next
favorite
time.
kind of sandwich.
I think
I eat that like 6 times a day.
Dude, I disagree with Sam. I'm pretty sure that ice cream sandwiches are actually your favorite kind of sandwich.
That's true, actually.
Do y'all know Scanwich out there?
What?
Scanwich? Do you know Scanwich?
What's scan?
What's
Like?
Scan, like as in to scan.
Yeah, like
Like scanners
Yes!
or scanner darkly.
This thing is
Yes.
awesome.
But then, and then witch, as in like scan witch, like it says sandwich. What it is it's this website of all pictures of people cut in half sandwiches and stick it on the glass of their scanner and scan it, and then just put them up, and there's just all kinds of sandwiches on there.
That's awesome.
Look it up, Scanwich. It's really good.
Scanwich. I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah.
I'm a
Later.
fan of sandwiches.
Yeah, it's really good. Makes you hungry fast.
That's easy for me to do.
How many t-shirts do you own?
I own a lot of t-shirts. Actually, I was thinking about it when I was coming over here, and I thought we should do a funny t-shirt day because I have so many strange t-shirts that I never wear because they're really just a little too strange for people to. So I think that maybe in the future season we should all wear silly t-shirts.
I wear
Alright,
silly
plan.
t-shirts
Silly-
every episode,
yeah.
Tana. Except for tonight,
I don't
where
know.
tonight it's just black.
It's just, yeah.
And with another shirt that I can't unbutton, apparently.
So let's go back to the cooking real quick. And you had the flour, and you mentioned the cooking, so we were talking about the cooking real quick. I was talking to Sam Moberg upstairs earlier, and this isn't really cooking on the show, but this is a really good idea for a future episode.
Pie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was she telling you about this?
Oh, yeah.
Where we get a bunch of different people to bake a pie, like their own pie, and then they bring them on the show, and it's like Pie Day, and it's like
Wait,
we
Can we
taste
do
it,
it
do we
on
get to
Pie
judge a
Day?
pie
and we
contest?
get to judge the pie contest.
Fuck!
And
Yes!
this is like the Thanksgiving episode or something like that.
Holy
Yeah.
balls!
Or on Pie Day.
Or on Pie Day, which is in March.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it twice.
We can do it every fucking show. Fuck McCracken at midnight. Let's just have
Just
McCracken
pie
and-
contest at
McCracken
midnight.
and Brian eat pies that people make for them. In fact, fuck this show. Let's just have people just bake us pies and
Yeah.
bring them to us
Yeah.
all the time.
All right, we're gonna keep on moving. Tina, thanks very much for being on the show. We hope to have you back again soon. Up now, go.
What was that?
I was trying to high five.
Okay, now we're going to invite on our last guest star, who is a totally new guest star. That's why we were saving him for last.
But
not
he
because
watches constantly.
he watches
so-
constantly. He comments. He's gonna come on the show. He's gonna talk, and then the show's gonna be over because it's late. We're going late now because A, it's the season premiere, and why not?
And B, we started late, and C, we wasted a bunch of fucking time.
And
Who cares?
D, fuck you, because we
Yeah.
do what we want.
Come
Come on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, it's Greg! Yeah!
Alright.
Sit right there.
Give me that. That's important.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's you.
Okay. Actually, anyone can wear it. It's equally effective. I was gonna do that. You're stealing my stick. Just gonna do this.
So, Greg, what's
Yes.
good in the hood?
Well, in the hood, I'm assuming yours. It's hard to like talk steadily.
You
while
could
Can't do
right.
it sideways.
You're doing it up and down.
You're like
It's all in
going
the
like
wrist,
that.
man. It's in the wrist.
There you go.
Alright.
You have to do it in your face, and you
Well,
gotta look at yourself too.
Well, Sam, what's good in the hood? Assuming you're talking about to make a plan.
Yeah.
Actually, we
I
are.
have 2 new roommates.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Yeah.
2 new roommates.
2 new roommates. One of them came with me, but she went to smoke cigarettes because you guys took too long to get me on the show.
That's fair.
And that's pretty good. Next question.
Okay. A long time ago, and by a long time ago, I mean like 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
You talked to me about something that you had planned, and I've
Yes,
wanted
I
you
did
on the
talk to you
show
about
just to
something.
talk about this for a month and a half now. So please, now is your chance to speak to the entire world.
Okay. Well, I'm assuming what you're talking about is what you were talking about earlier tonight, which was you peeing.
No,
No?
that's not at all. What?
Because that's what I wanted to talk about. You were talking about
Me
earlier
peeing?
in this show, you were peeing, you went to take a pee break, and you had some trouble at first.
Is this another invention?
No,
Because I'm
this
talking
is-
about the ear thing.
You're talking about the
Listen.
ear watch.
The ear watch.
The ear watch.
Go.
Gosh,
And then
I
you
wish
can
I
talk
had
about-
known,
and
because
then you can
normally
talk
I
about
have
your
charts when I talk about the ear watch.
Oh.
You want some paper?
Yeah.
You can.
Alright, I'll start talking, I'll do the intro, and you give me some
Yeah.
paper, I'll draw some charts.
No, I'm listening.
Alright, so the ear watch, let me try to do it real fast, because we're short on time. I was actually going to try to be real concise with my whole thing, because I wanted to leave room for the other guests, but now I'm the last guest.
You go for
So
it.
that fucking plan is
Go
out
for
the
it. Just
window.
go for it.
Alright, so the ear watch,
Just go for it.
basic idea, the watch is on their way out. People aren't wearing watches anymore, except dorks like
Boo!
like it's kind of watch is clearly on the way out, much less watch usage. What most people use cell phones.
Yeah, and
instead.
you gotta like
But
pull it out
like
of your...
I'm on a date, and I'm like, hey, how's it
Whoa.
going? Let's have a conversation. And I'm like, I wonder what time it is, because
It's
I
like-
wanted
I had an agenda for this evening. I wanted to, do something at a certain time. And I'm like, what time is it? And I'm like, oh shit, this thing, the Metro PCS thing again, and that's ruining the date. And then they're thinking, now, what is he texting? What is he not interested? Boring, right? So we need something to tell time that's not a watch and it's not a cell phone. What's it going to be? It's going to be a piece that you put in your ear. It's like, Oh, all right. Well, I wanted to talk about my goblet for a little bit too before you take it away.
Okay.
This is a goblet somebody gave me for wine. It's because I'm royalty. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm trying to do it real fast here. Okay, so
Take your time, bro.
it's like it's sort of like a hearing aid, but it's more discreet. But basically, what it does is let's say every 60 seconds or so. That's the Metro PCS branded sounds.
Not associated with McCracken.
No, that's just my personal sponsorship. I don't do the shit for free, man.
That's what I was doing. It was for a week.
So I had to go another route. So you put it in your ear. Very discreet. You can't see it. Indiscreet. I can't tell. I never know which word means which. You know?
It's discreet.
Good. It tells you about maybe every 60 seconds what time it is. So it'll be like, right now it'd be like 1:06 a.m. And it tells you real quiet, so it's just in the bottom of your subconscious, right? And then, so essentially, at first you're like, that's fucking annoying, but that's what people say about any increase in information technology. That's what people said about Twitter. That's what people said about Facebook. That's what people said when they invented the printing press. Anytime there's a great increase in information technology, people are like, that's too much information. I don't want that all the time. But our minds have an increase. You shut the fuck up. Actually, this is another point I wanted to make. All right. This is another point I wanted to make.
That's what I said when Mark Schwaller started moving around fucking shit when I was trying to do a web show.
How come my one didn't take out the recycling?
Dropping boxes of fucking trash everywhere.
How come I look smaller than you two on the camera?
Because you are
normally I'm much larger than both of you two.
It's forced perspective, Greg.
Go on with your ear watch.
But before I go on with the ear watch, I gotta make a comment. So throughout the show, I've been in the audience, and for good reason. Brian has often been quiet guys because they're trying to do a show, and we're all goofing off over there, making a lot of noise. But I wanted to be, when I went up finally for my interview, I wanted to sort of usurp that whole idea, and I wanted people to make a lot of noise. So thanks, Mark, for making a lot of noise, and everybody else in the audience.
Fuck you!
Make lots of noise right now.
Whoa!
Because now I'm taking over the show. That's less noise than when people weren't telling you to make noise, so that's okay. But
everyone's tired now. It's 1
Yeah.
a.m., man.
All right, well, you gave me
Go back to the ear watch. You're losing your audience.
This is not going well. All right, the ear watch.
Calm down, man. Just tells you what the fucking ear watch. It goes in your ear and it's really obnoxious. That's as far along as we were.
All right. Is that as far as you want to go?
No, keep going.
Keep going.
All right, so the ear watch tells you every minute what time it is. And
every minute on the minute?
Every minute on the minute. We can set it
1 second later than the
as
previous.
to when it tells you what time it is. The whole point is we do a whole social campaign to make it really uncool to not know what time it is or to look at your watch. So the whole ads go hey man, what time is it? And you don't know, or somebody's looking at the watch and be like, what's on your wrist, man? I'm just checking the time. What, you don't know? And then that's the whole deal. Ear watch.
So is the idea basically it comes?
Oh
to
yeah,
a
I
point,
wanted to draw it.
It comes to a point where you don't need to listen to it, and it's just feeding this information directly into your subconscious.
What's my chart gonna be?
I don't know. Do you want me to draw it?
I want you to draw a chart.
So it goes to, like, subconsciously, so you don't actually need to necessarily hear it. You just always know what time it is.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of thing I feel like with Facebook feeds, right? We're like, I don't want to know what all my friends are doing at any given time. But now you log on Facebook and you're like, yeah, friend doing whatever, and then this is interesting. Your brain has an amazing ability to filter information to what's pertinent. And I feel like that's the same way that the ear watch is going to function.
But let's say you've got your ear watch. You've had it for a while, so you're basically tuning it out now, right? Right? You're basically tuning out the ear watch.
Yeah, but you kind of have a subconscious understanding of what time it is.
Yeah.
And if you ever are not sure, you just wait for average of 30 seconds.
How about this? What if then they reprogram the ear watch to say, like, kill Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, so that's...
And so you're not listening to it, and this thing is telling you to kill Shaquille O'Neal.
Every minute.
Every minute.
2 points.
And it's going in, and then someone says, like, dude, what do you want to do tonight? And without even thinking about it, you just say, let's kill
Shaquille O'Neal.
Okay, 2 points to that. 2 counterpoints. One, it wouldn't be that big of a deal if you killed Shaquille O'Neal.
I'd be sad.
Shazam?
Alright, you guys would be a little bit
sad. Shaq Fu. Look at all the great stuff he does.
There's a lot of bad shit going on in the world. Yeah. Somebody killing Shaquille O'Neal, not that big of a deal.
Okay.
But, more importantly, it's a sample-based program, so there's only so many audio samples they can trigger. So the worst somebody could do if they hacked somebody's ear watch is tell them the wrong time.
What? Could be a huge fucking worldwide problem.
It's true.
It could be
if
an
it was like,
advantage,
it
though,
is.
Because what if the government was, fucking with terrorists? They're like, we're going to kill Obama or Shaquille O'Neal at 11:11. And they're like, boom, 11:10. Plans disrupted.
They got a whole nother minute to save President Shaquille O'Neal.
This is why I think this is a great idea, because every paradigm shifting, society changing great idea, everybody freaked the shit out of it and like, what if this? Oh my god, blah blah blah, too much info. And that's the natural inclination to me saying this idea. So that's why I think it's great.
Someone said one thing was too much info once when I started talking about shaving my balls, and the guy went,
"Oh yeah."
The guy went, "Too much info." So that was a paradigm shift.
Yeah, it was. All right, so I made some charts.
Okay.
This first one is a bar graph of.
I can't see it.
You can see through the thing. You can see through the thing of annoyance on the y-axis. And the different types of ways you can see your time on the x-axis. So the watch, there's a billion. That's a billion up there. A billion annoyance with the watch. And then a little less with the cell phone. And then with the ear watch, there's none. Because...
Well, there's a little bit.
It's a little bit.
That's just zero. That's zero.
I would do it like a time, because like the annoyance I feel like is real high at first, and then it drops off.
Okay,
completely.
listen. Now here's 2 more charts.
There's so many more charts.
Listen, this first one right here... On the left, this first one is awesomeness.
Yep.
And it's a graph of a line graph of watches and awesomeness over time, and you can see it just I can't do it backwards. It just drops off really quickly, and then actually goes backwards in time.
So everyone who wears a watch, which is you.
I'm wearing a watch.
You wear a watch?
I don't.
Raise your hand if you wear a watch in the audience.
Yeah, I'm the best.
Nobody.
No,
all right.
Sam.
No.
Sam
He's the only one who wears a watch. Your awesomeness is about to drop.
I know. Okay, so then the other one.
And then
hang
you're
on,
about to time travel to a point at which you were cooler.
That's exactly right.
And then
okay, so
getting ear watch.
Listen, this other graph on the left is the same as the first one, but it's the ear watch awesomeness to time, and it goes up, and like today's date is like up here because this is today's date. You can assume, and
These are some great graphs. This is exactly what I would have had.
I'm a good grapher.
Good graphing.
Thank you. So anyway, the show's getting really late. We gotta end it because half our audience is gone or falling asleep.
Wait, I had another 20 things I wanted to talk about.
Half of our guests are falling asleep.
Yeah, we still have 4 guests though.
Why do I look so small?
Because you are very small. So anyway, we're gonna end the show now with an epic singing the comments, but we don't have a ukulele.
Yeah, we do.
Where is it?
You want to play guitar instead?
Yeah, I'll play guitar.
I play bass.
No, we're not playing electric. Oh, you can play the upright bass.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this off in the corner.
All right, so anyone that's still in the studio audience that wants to be a part of singing the comments should come on now and sing the comments with comments.
Mark has
excellent.
an analog comments board put up for us.
Yeah, everyone squeeze in here if you want to be in the comments.
So you can sing or you can write comments for us to sing.
Hang on.
Where we have the same E. Give me an E. Real quick.
Alright, we're gonna backtrack. We're gonna backtrack up to you should cook on the show X. Alright guys.
That's not much.
Oh, we got a tune? Seriously? What the fuck is this shit?
No, just roll forward, man.
We're up here.
That's not anything. No, that's not. That's not enough.
You're gonna start?
I'm gonna start singing.
Yeah, fuck up. Yes, and people should reinstate slavery. Whatever, start here. I see what you did there. Borrow Spanish for donkey. You can do that with ease. It just takes a bomb. Terrorist cell. Communists. We've been conditioned since Nixon. We lost that fucking shit. We'll start from here instead. You should have Chris on every show like Andy Richter. Sifting to 7 psychopaths. Stop fucking typing so fast. Start from here. 50-year anniversary. David Tennant and Chris Eccleston are art school. Art closer to philosophy. What the fuck is going on? This is a complete catastrophe. Start from here. No, start from here. I remember he is like some kind of salesman, so it sucks and cuts. Wasn't this an episode of Doctor Who Season 2? Hey, what if Shaq was watching, he would be sad. This Who is all about terrorist threat statements. So when they watch really sucks at first because of the curve of the lens. For something at midnight, that's my dad's guitar. The pressure is on in my mind. Monkey punch. Rock the cat's eye. Fight the power similar to a donkey punch. While engaging in idle intercourse.
In the back of the head drink. Climax in my blood.
Climax in my blood. You strike multiple times like an autistic monkey. Ostrich time to burn your fist into the vaginal canal. Deoxyribonucleic acid. Yes! Simultaneously forcing one's fist into the rectum and striking oneself in the face. I don't know how much longer we can go. Fudge in there by knocking oneself out. 2 donkey teamwork. Jackson Crow. Right here.
of season 2 of McCracken at Midnight.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks to all our guest stars. Thanks for Greg for playing the bass.
The new friends, the
Thanks
old.
to Mark for writing out all those comments that were never said.
Yeah, we never read that
had
shit.
no
But we'll
time.
sing them next
Waste
time.
of time.
Be sure to tune in next week for episode 2 of season 2 of McCracken at Midnight. Go the fuck to bed. Woo! Bye, everyone!